area is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today, not our poor people.
We'll bring to you divergent views.
You know my position about his level of competence or otherwise.
On news making the headlines.
I didn't go to school so that people can intimidate me with their ideas, no.
Sometimes it gets confrontation.
If you become governor, you're going to bring back Okada.
Of course.
You will bring back the market women back on the streets.
Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
On Core Digest.
Stop making innuendos.
Every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
Now, welcome back. If you just joined us, the program is Core Digest, and this morning we are looking at claims and counters, analyzing the issues. Joining me to discuss this topic is the President Voters Awareness Initiative and also a legal practitioner, WALE OGUNADE. Thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you so much.
It's quite a long time we've seen you on the show.
I've gone on a walk.
Where have you been? You've been to London to see the Queen.
I guess I deserve some rest after all this.
Now, looking at the topic, the claims and counterclaims, let's start with the claim by the National Economic Team of the President saying that WALE has spent $2.1 billion US without receiving approval. Now, do you suspect any foul play in this?
A blind man will know that during the dying days of the last administration, a whole lot of money was spent. And the way the monies were spent, obviously, I don't think any approval will have been gotten for it. Because day and night, monies were moved around to prosecute an election. Be that as it may, we are not talking of selling tomatoes and pepper here. We are talking of government funds. We are not talking of a relationship between a man and a woman at home when they are discussing issues of housekeep allowance, where there are no records. We are talking of government activities here that involves records. And of course, government is a continuum. Those who were in government years ago must hand over. And in their handover notes, these people have seen some discrepancies. And they have now told the world that, yes, this is it. And then the second leg of the issue is that, as we are talking now, we know that loans are taken to pay salaries, even of federal workers, which this same Okonjo-Iweala admitted before she left office. So if they say monies are missing, or that she did not spend money within the purview of a due process, I don't think she can come out and fault that.
Well, she already came out to accuse the statements made by Oshiomhole that what they are saying, the money that she spent from the excess crude accounts, that it's all filled with cat and bull style. That was her own accusation. That's her own counterclaim.
Before Oshiomhole, someone called Rotimi Amechi came out and made the same allegation. Apart from that, many people who are close to the financial activities of government made equal claims. And don't forget the famous Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. He too made equal claims some time ago. So, if all these claims are coming in, and one person now is saying no, then definitely you know that she's just playing the ostrich. There's nothing more to say than that. If anything, again, the signs on the grounds are there. The economy is not moving. Maybe 2 months ago or so, the tanker drivers were all over. The petroleum people did not supply fuel because they say government was owing them. Workers are owed. The economy is not okay. And you said that you did not spend money without approval. Then where is the approval? I mean, it's a simple. You see, it is in olden days or years before that we say someone who says I have a twin children, they are in Kano because of the distance of Kano from Lagos. But now technology has made things easy. All you need to do wherever you are is to post documents that you have to prove your case on the internet, and people will see. Not that you begin to talk grammar. There is no more era of grammar. In law, we call it res ipsa loquitur. the fact speaks for itself. Present documents and you are exonerated, and we know that, yes, it is these Oshomole people that are telling lies for political purposes. Shikenan, no wahala.
Looking at that, that fact you just gave, the ipsa loquitur, that is looking at the facts. Now, we keep having facts. These are claims. But at the end of all this, we see different stories. Do you see this present economic team of the president working to be able to nip all this corruption involved?
Obviously, they have started, and we want to look at how they are going. But the way, the manner, and the body language of the president shows that it means business. And leadership has a great role to play in any campaign, in any project, and anywhere. If a father is very, very strict and good, definitely the children too will be good children. But if the father is lackadaisical and careless, the children will just go wayward. In an organization too, if the leader does not give strong leadership, that organization will fail and die down. And the same thing in a nation. So, I don't see Buhari just relenting on his effort. He has a pedigree, he has a name, he has all the goodwill. And I know he knows about the goodwill Jonathan brought in. When Jonathan came in, he has all the goodwill. People fought for him. Jonathan never raised the voice to become the president of Nigeria, the acting president then. Never raised the voice. People like us fought for him. But along the line, he squandered the goodwill. And I know Buhari is an elderly man. I mean, wisdom is behind him. At least age is behind him. And I know that he will not want to squander that goodwill, because if he does, then definitely history will not forgive him.
Wale Ogunade, you are a lawyer. Now, what do you think the economic team of the president should be doing concerning this particular case of $2.1 billion US? Has she been called for questioning? Because we shouldn't just stay on making claims and we'll just rest, and that will just be the end.
I guess all of us are in a hurry. The team was set up this week or this Monday, and those were their initial findings. And it will be hasty without putting your house in order, and you now say you want to arrest her, you want to question her. These are initial, or we call it preliminary reports that have come up. They will do their homework, because again, the Nigerian law is very, very laughable. We saw what happened in the Fani matter. And of course, it's only the big thieves that get off the hook. The small thieves are there in Kirikiri, in Kuje prison, in Abeokuta prison, in Ibadan, Agodi, and all. I know what I'm talking about. If I go to any of these prisons, what I see are small and petty thieves. The big boys are out. They will be coming for their trials from home. So,
is that a lacuna?
It's a lacuna, and system. That's one of the things that we've started advocating, that look, we should look at the law. The law should, that's why the law figure, that symbol of law, is blind. It's no respecter of persons, but in Nigeria, the law is respecter of persons. All these things are things that we should work on. But coming to your issue, the economic team, they will first of all sit down and look at all these issues, not just being hasty. So that, you see, politics is interesting. Before we know it now, they will now rubbish it with political paint and say, no, it's political witch hunting and so on. Let them do their thorough job. She is claiming that, yes, there are approvals. When they now bring documents, this is what we say we have spent. Give us your own approval. Where is it and who approved it? This is a simple thing. So if there are no approvals, then the music will start. And those who dance it will start dancing. But before that, it will look as if these people are just hasty. And I hope it will not end up the Faleka or the way.
Well, we keep having, looking at the excess crude accounts, where the money is kept in there for safety purposes. But why is it that most times we keep hearing this money was spent from that same account? Is that account not being kept for safety purposes, that we keep having spending from that same money?
Hey, like I would just say now, who is the security man there to secure that fund? The fund is kept there. There is a Yoruba language that says you give a thief something to keep. So obviously, it's a thief that keeps it. It's a thief that takes it away. What's the security? If the federal government sets up that account, that's why they went to court. And the federal government is the keeper of the account. one will expect that the federal government will keep the account, and the signatories and people who have access to it, or those who be the blockers, will be the other partners. So somebody will keep it, and somebody will be watching it, in terms of maybe mandate, in terms of signatories to the account, and so on. But the keeper of the account is the signatory to the account. Does it not create a loophole for fraud and manipulation? And that's what Amici was saying, that when did we have a meeting as members of the National Executive Economic Council to now sit down to share this Commonwealth Fund and the excess crude account? Unfortunately, again, politics came in, they rubbed everything with political paint, and everything went down. But it has reared its head again. And I guess this time around, it should be looked into. You see, all these things are issues that we look at, so that it's not a circle. In the next government again, or in the next in the next regime, it will come up. If you set up an account, there will be adequate ways and means of monitoring, so that procedures are followed in how monies are withdrawn from such account, how the account is managed, and co. But if there is nothing like that, then definitely it will be an all-comers. In fact, it will be the sole person who keeps it that will be taken from it, and that's what you have seen. So I hope that they will come out with another a good panacea, a good result, a good solution to this problem.
Let's look at the case of Femi Kayode that was discharged and acquitted yesterday. The EFCC, they've expressed shock in that judgment. Now, what is your take on this issue? Because he has been into the court for many times. With the cases started reducing, the charges started reducing, and it got to this point. And yesterday he was discharged and acquitted.
It talks about the legal framework we have in this country. And like I said earlier on, the big man is not caught. I guess it's a cliche that the net is too weak against the big man, who is a big fish, but is very strong against a weak man, who is a poor man. And of course, I'll just go. I mean, if any one of us have gone near the stream or the river, you know that if a net catches a big fish, God help that net. God help that net. But if a net catches a small fish, God helps that fish. If the net catches a small fish, because definitely that fish, that small fish, will end up in a soup or in a frying pan. But
so, so where lies all the accusations and the claims before now?
And that's where I'm going. That they are just politics, just as the man was saying, that they just wanted to rubbish his political career, his image, his name, and so on. Because one will expect that a good homework will be done. And that's what I just said concerning the Okonjo-Iweala thing. Hey, madam, you said you got approvals. No problem. The document we have before us, there is no approval there. Where is your own approval? Where did you sit? Where are the minutes of meeting? Where is the approval? Where is the memo? All the documents that has to do with it, where are they? Simple questions, and you present them. Then if you now find any problem, any issue, any mistakes, any discrepancies, then you now take it up on that. But there is nothing like that. It's not turned into politics. Everybody is talking. Yes, she's a woman. That's why you are accusing her. And she's from this part of the country. That's why you are doing this. And you now see various things that have left the substance. We are now changing the shadow. But when we now, the issue is that we must, all the investigating authorities, EFCC, police particularly, should be strengthened. These are strong institutions of government that must be strengthened. If these two are not strengthened, then definitely we're going to have what happened in the Fani Kayode case. Look at the Burujuka thing. A law school students will know the various procedure and how to go about it. Not that you just mess up a very good case just because you want to play politics. So to me, all those who are supposed to do a good job should do their job. You've been given responsibility to do something. So you do the thing the way it should be done. Put everything into it and get results. Not this embarrassing thing. If the man was not guilty from the ab initio, then why will you go on this trial?
But there's a legal term which says he that has sat must prove.
Yes, that's right.
They've not. Were they not able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt to convict him?
They were not able to. That's why the man is free. If they have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt, because that's the maxim in the legal practice, in the criminal justice system, If you say somebody is guilty, the principle, just as you said, he who asserts must prove, then you must prove. Not just simple proof, but beyond reasonable doubt. And they have failed. If that fails, then that's all. You can't secure a conviction. And that's what has happened to this man, because they were not able to prove allegations against the man.
I would like the MCR to just give us the sound and sight of that same particular report about EFCC on Fani Kayode.
Overdue.
In the last 7 years, I've been subjected to the most malicious, vicious, sinister, well-orchestrated, insidious and devastating form of political persecution and wickedness. The whole process almost destroyed my life, my family, my reputation, my health and my career. I thank God for His goodness, His mercy, and for the fact that today, the whole nightmare has finally come to an end. 1st of July 2015, 7 years to the day from that day, when I was first arrested and first put into detention, I have been discharged and acquitted of all remaining charges by the courts. The Lord has once again honored His word. To Him alone be the glory. As a mark of honor and respect for the Lord, and as an everlasting testimony of my love for and dedication to Him, I wish to make it known to the Nigerian public that as from today, my name will be changed. It will no longer be David Oluwafemi Fani Kayode, but instead it shall be David Oluwafemi Olukayode. Olukayode means the Lord has brought me joy.
The trial of the former aviation minister began on the 11th of July 2008.
Sound from Fani Kayode, who is now Oluwafemi Fani Kayode. What's your take on all this? 7 years.
Well, just as I said earlier on, that's just it. He's even lucky. 7 years. We have people who are in jail. He's lucky. I mean, the way to me, he even is trying to over dramatize it.
So are you saying that all those claims we are just they are not real? Is that what you're saying?
In between, the man has been occupying offices. I mean, maybe 2 months ago, he was still making noise as the chief spokesman of a campaign organization. He was enjoying life, moving up and down with even this on his neck. So to me, it's just fun. You see, the whole thing is just because some people did not do their job very well.
Now let's quickly open the phone lines. You can join us in this conversation. Let's have your comments on some of these issues that we are looking at, claims and counters, analyzing the issue. Now let's move on to the appointment of the INEC chairman, Zachary. Before Zachary came, we had the issue of Professor Atari Jega handing over to Wale. Now, is there a communication gap between these people, the president and the professor?
Well, I want to believe there is a communication gap. Maybe again, the professor that I know, he's somebody who is independent-minded. The Buhari that I know is somebody who thinks he should not interfere and co. So I want to believe that the president did not know that, Buhari, Jaga will take...
Just a moment, Wale. Good morning, what's your name and where are you calling from? You can go with your comments.
So, to me, there is a communication gap. And if anything anyway, Jaga did what he wanted, what he thinks he should do by putting somebody in charge until government appoints somebody, which he said. And government now decided to appoint somebody. So there is no wahala there. And it's the prerogative of government.
Just a moment, Wale. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Tunde Afolabi, calling from Isheri, Oyo State.
Tunde Afolabi from Isheri, Oyo State.
Yeah.
He's saying, thank you very much. Can we have your comments? Hello, Tunde. Are you still there? I think we lost that call. You can go with your comments.
So, if anything at all, it is the president that has the power to appoint anybody in acting capacity. And I don't think there's any hue and cry about that.
Hello?
Just a moment, Wale. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I think we're having technical itch this morning. You can go with your comments.
So if anybody has that power, it is the president, and he has so decided to discharge that power or use that power the way he wants and feels by appointing somebody. I don't think there's any big deal about that. There is no big deal.
the president has the constitutional power to appoint the INEC boss. Yes. Now, the PDP are saying that the appointment, there is something fishy in it. What's your take on it?
PDP will always have something to say. As we are talking now, me and you, PDP will say that they will have something to say. So that's no issue. One will expect if people will take PDP serious. Again, it's not just about allegation. Before they came out, this woman, look at it. This is it. This is the relationship. She's related to Audu, who is a cousin to Buhari. She's related to this person, who is this, and they have been hobnobbing. This is the picture that they have been going on. This is... It's about bringing facts, you see. It's about facts, not just coming out, making wild allegations, and go. That is one. The second leg is that this woman is in acting capacity. Fortunately, you have your people in the Senate. If you think she is not capable, she has some political affinity, of course, put your people on guard in the Senate. If she's to be brought in as the substantive chairman, you move against that appointment. That's all. As far as I'm concerned, there are so many things to do than this one. And they want to run elections. She's already there as a puppet. We all know the process now on ground, as established by Jega, is so transparent that you know where we are going. The card reader is there. The posting of election results on the place that you sit for the exam, for the election is there. So many things that are on ground to ensure that, yes, there are some elements of transparency. Yours is to look at where you can block every loophole that it is that will create any form of rigging or anything that will make the system imperfect. But again, just as I said earlier on, it is the right of anybody to condemn or to criticize government.
Zachary, she's a pharmacist. Now, do you think she will be able to surpass the history made by Professor Atari Jega?
Well, that one, I'm not too sure. She has not started anything. Government said they decided to put her there for reasons best known to government, particularly to the president. Being a pharmacist, she's been there, and I know she's been there for some time, and there has not been any issue concerning her. And if that's the issue, then let's see. And of course, if anything to me is an
just a moment. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, Ayo is my name. I'm calling from Boko, Benue State.
Ayo from Benue State. Thank you for joining us on Call Digest this morning.
Yes, thank you very much.
Let's have your comment.
Okay. I just feel this night...
Oh, we're having technical issue. We lost that call. Ayo, you can call us back, please. Let's continue with your comment.
So, government has the prerogative. She has the idea. She has been there. And, of course, there has not been any issue with her. And, again, the second leg on which I really am supporting is that, yes, she's a woman. If anything, we must be gender sensitive. The various appointments that have been made by the president are all male. If we're giving a woman an opportunity this time around, why not? Why not?
Okay, you think she will be able to do better than? Are you quite optimistic?
What makes a woman less than a man? It's just a frame. I mean, we've seen women who have done better than men in offices.
But the claims of the PDP now is that this woman has this relationship with
then let
the
us
president.
Wait and see.
That might mar the election coming up in 2019.
Wait and see. The issue is that we can't just be an attack dog just for the fun of being an attack dog. You give people opportunities to do it good or do it bad before you now start commenting.
Good morning. Could you please reduce the volume of your TV set?
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us on Call Digest this morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm Nelson, calling from Port Harcourt.
Your name again, please.
I'm Nelson.
Nelson from Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Let's have your comment.
My comment is that the man there, in respect to Ogunade case, he talked about bringing about facts as to prove cases regarding to Kayede's case, or that of the woman INEC boss also acting chairman. But in this other case, there has not been any fact as to prove whether to sign or not. So why is he particularly saying that the woman is guilty of the crime. That is the area I want.
I never said she's guilty. I never said she's guilty. I never said she's guilty. I never said she's guilty.
Okay. The barrister in the house will respond to that quickly. Thank you very much. You want quickly want to respond to that?
I never said Okonjo-Iweala is guilty. I'm not a court. All I said is that the facts are there to prove her right or wrong. That's what I just said. I never said she's guilty. I use my English very well. That's what I used
because maybe he didn't get it clearly there.
Maybe he didn't get me very well. I use my English very well, and that's why most of the time my English are very clear. I don't use talk big grammar here on here, because for people to understand. Because I know that those out there, most of them may not be able to understand the legality or the big grammar.
Just a moment, Wale. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Emmanuel.
Emmanuel from where?
Calling from Taraba State.
Emmanuel from Taraba. Thank you for joining us on Code Digest this morning.
The comment that I want to make is I want to say something pertaining the appointment of the acting INEC chairperson.
Okay.
Why is it that the position of this INEC of the team is always zoomed to north? Why is it that it is only northern people that are doing the work? Checkers from the north. The acting chairperson is from the north. And they're not using the other zones, most especially the southeast, the south-south, and the southwest. So that's the question that I want to ask.
Thank you very much. Wale, why is the zoning to the north?
I don't know. Maybe the man is not, from the way he's talking, he's a very young man who does not know about Emiawa, sometime who was INEC chairman. They call it, I guess, Fedeco, then Ovie Whiskey. There was another Humphrey Nwosu from the south that he's talking about. And recently, Maurice Iwu. So, I don't understand. You see, our problem in this country is this sectionalism and this tribalism. And the earlier we get out of it, the better. The earlier. Let the best man do the job. If the best one don't do the job, then that's the problem. My problem is that when they are playing football, before they start playing politics in football, you find out that sometimes it will be from either Bendel State or Edo State then. That will they constitute the nucleus of the team. About 10 or 7 of them will come from one state. I remember one year, the Nduga Ngbade and all of them, Victor Ekpeba and all of them, from one, the Northerners are there, nobody cried. Look, let the facts be told.
Wale, just a moment. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hello. This is Wale calling from Lagos.
Wale from Lagos. Thank you for joining us on Code Digest this morning.
Yeah. I think Mr. Wale has just said everything we needed to talk about today. Tribalism is a big problem in this country. And we are here to really look into it. We are not looking at professionalism. We are not looking at people who are qualified. All we want to talk about is from the north, is from the south. How competent is he or she? We don't even look at constitution anymore. And another thing is, my brothers from the south and southeast need to quickly outgrow the past election. When you fail to get what you're looking for, it lived in the past. Let's move on. You check on your Facebook, you check on Twitter, guys from south and southeast are telling on the fact that this president pretty much failed. How do we move the country forward? It's not done like that. We all need to look at where this country is heading to. How do we arrive there together? Not by looking at this man must fail, this man is this. No. On the issue of Okonjo-Iweala, he has said it. This is a modern age. Your Twitter, your Facebook, post those so-called approvals to us. Who would say? They've given us the figure that from November to date, they have 4.1 billion or trillion naira, and something just disappeared. So tell us, how did you spend it? We all know that the NEC are responsible for approval. And there is no NEC meeting. Who approved it? The president cannot approve. We all know that. So who approved it? Show all the approval. And whoever approved it already, you are against the Constitution.
Wale, just a few seconds to make your comments. So that other callers too can have their comments.
Okay, we can continue to talk about these things, but God will bless our country and take us to the promised land.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Wale. I think you didn't want to react to that.
No, to the other, I will just add a second leg to that one, because you see, if we stop facing realities in this country, we will take a long route to get in there. We must face reality. Just as you said, if I open the Twitter, the Facebook, and all this social media, I see that people are still hot about the election, and I look at them. Where were they when we were struggling that Jonathan should be the president or acting president? Where were they? So if we see somebody who did not perform very well, and we say no, we can't waste our years. You can't waste our time. I go around Nigeria on a regular basis, and I see the rate of undevelopment all over. And this, if anybody has gone to Dubai, you know that Dubai 6, 7, 8 years ago, you go there now, you say, because of development, because of the vision of the leaders. And if we don't have a visionary leader, then definitely, if there is a time for election, that's the only thing. Nobody used the gun to remove anybody. It's about voting, and one will expect that we should not support this government until we now find out that he too is not moving in the right direction. And I'll tell you why. There's a Yoruba adage, and I hope somebody is listening to me, that the heavens will fall. Not only one person, on all of us. So if we don't want this government to succeed, all of us will benefit. If the hospitals are not working, the roads are not good, there is no work, the electricity is not there, all of us will benefit. But let's say, yes, we know how this thing did not work here. Let's support this government so that it will work for us to continue. When we now get to the era of politics, you can always say, yes, this is what has happened, this is not what has happened. Then we'll now go into politics. But this is the foundation stage of the government. We must allow them to work. If anything, again, there is this traditional 100 days. For people like us, we wait and see what the government is able to cough out in the next 70 or 69 days that remains for them. If they are not able to do that, we'll now begin to put them on their toes. But not on the first day, you start saying, he has not done this, he has not done that. That's not true.
But Wale, we looked at the 30 days in office of the president, yes. And some political pundits, especially the PDP, are now saying that the 30 days was filled with the slowlessness of the president. The APC spokesperson, Lai Mohammed, came out and said, that since day one that they've hit the ground and they've been running. These are claims and counterclaims.
I hope somebody
Where are we going in Nigeria?
Listening. And you too, and all those who are watching, you agree with me that there's a time frame within which to submit a handover note, so that the person coming in will work on that handover note and now know how to go about it.
The APC spokesperson said they were given 4 weeks.
Who was given 4 weeks?
He made it clear.
No, I know what 4 days you want to say.
No, sorry, 4 days. 4 days, yeah. He said 4 days, sorry.
So if they gave them a handover though 4 days before they took over, how can they now start hitting the ground running? With all the depths and every magnitude of problems they had on ground?
Just a minute.
I'm not holding forth for the government, but mine is that.
Just a minute. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Your name again, please. John from Bayelsa. Thank you very much for joining us on Code Digest this morning.
I really enjoyed the program. Thank you. I think Nigerian situation, if you look at the situation in this perspective, we shouldn't be waiting for 4 years if government is not performing, because the electorate has a role to play so that we will remind people what is the reason. Now it's not working well, so we monitor the system. Because within 4 years, in 4 years, the guy is not performing, we'll put them out, and put somebody out is not using something. Because it can't be like my uncle, my big brother here. Not everybody is like that, because there are people that you cannot even remove them from office. So we should monitor them, but we vote them, we have the right to do that, we have the power to vote somebody, we have the right to monitor it. They are not working well. We should monitor this area is not correct. This should have to be done so that we can't go wait 4 years for one person. I'm not going to come in, we
Thank you very much. Now, it's talking about monitoring, but you were going with your thoughts. Continue with that, what you were going
Let me just finish. You
want to react to this? Okay.
His monitoring, I appreciate it, and that's what we are saying. You see, the era of sit down look, it don't pass. Government is us and you and these people watching us and all of us. So if we say another sabi, you see that your road, they've taken money from it, budgeted for it, collected the money, given it to a contractor, and along the line they have cornered the contractor, collected 80% or 60% from the contractor. The contractor only has 40%. You will say, oh, what will I go take 40% do? I beg. Leave it. Some few months ago, I went through the east-west road, I guess, between Bayelsa, between Yenegua and Ahoda, this towards Port Harcourt, where they burnt some women leaders the last time. It's a death trap indeed. And of course, several times contracts have been given for that road to be repaired. As I'm talking to you, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway here is another kettle of fish. Do I need to go on the Lagos or a road? Do I need to go on the Akure axis to Ondo, to Akure to Ilefe to Owanko? Do I need to tell the Ipele road to leads to Lokoja? So many, all the roads have been given, contracts have been given, but as I'm talking to you, where am I going? Is that all of us
before you get to where you are going? Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I called the other time before the network issues.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Ayo from yes.
Ayo from.
I just want to from Benue State.
Benue. Thank you very much.
Calling from Benue, yes. The problem we have in Nigeria is just because we refuse to tackle problems that have been affecting this nation right from the onset. We have leaders upon leaders. What they do is they still practice the same thing. Now, until we have leaders that have ideas and that will be able to, we have a national plan which I like so much. That I said to Nigeria, I'm going to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Are we faithful? Are we loyal? Are we honest? Okay, we'll talk about the judiciary. I wanted to comment about the case of Kemi. I'm not a lawyer, but I know the Almighty God knows the truth. But there is a problem somewhere. If the judiciary is corrupt, the legislature is corrupt, and the executive is corrupt, it takes the grace of God for us to get it right. Now we have a problem, big problem. The youth are unemployed, the roads are bad. This country is sitting on a time bomb. It will only take someone that is God fearing. I just pray that God will help Buhari and the vice president to help us do something this time around. Our leaders have failed us. We have a lot of youth in town now. If you listen to armed robbers now, you see that they speak very good English. That means they pass through the 4 walls of the university, but there's no job. So until we're able to be loyal, to lift up our national pledge and practice what is there, we will not get it right. We have had leaders like from 1950. The same problem, the same leaders practicing the same problem. You can't continue to practice the same thing and expect a different result. It's not possible. Instead, we're able to look inward with these leaders that will look inward and do something different. Let's clear corruption. The problem is corruption. Let's clear corruption. Let the judiciary be. Let's eradicate corruption from the judiciary. Now, once you have money in this country, you can perpetrate any approach and go with it.
You have a few seconds to just make your comments.
Okay, so we just want leaders that will be sincere, that will be loyal, and that will help us to push this country forward, not to be stagnant, or not to take us backward again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Now you're talking about sincerity of our leaders. Do you believe in this? That we should have leaders who are visionary, that will take us to the next level of our life. Do you see Buhari as that leader?
Yes, I want to believe Buhari will be that leader. And why do I say so? Of all those who have had opportunity of leading this country, he's the only one so far, and mark my word, so far, that has prepared for leadership. All other persons that have occupied leadership roles in this country have been accidental leaders.
Well, you are part of those who are clamoring for the former president to come into power as the acting president before he became the president.
Yes.
At the long run, you change your thoughts.
No.
I hope you will not change when you start seeing some disappointment in this administration.
Just let's look at it. I supported Jonathan for constitutional reasons. He was the vice president. The president died automatically he should step in, and people say no, they want to upturn the constitution. We say no, we're running a constitutional government, and by virtue of my training and as a constitutional lawyer, I know that the automatic is an automatic thing, and that's why we did that struggle. He got there and he started performing woefully, and we said no, we can't continue to support woeful performance. The same thing here. This man Buhari has prepared seriously for this office. He is now there, and as far as I'm concerned, fairness is taking his steps because he has not been given the opportunity to study the books and the ropes. It is another thing to be outside planning, and it's another thing to be inside to get to seeing what is on ground.
Well, Wale, how long are we going to wait for that planning? This
no,
is someone who has been nursing the ambition for many years.
There's a traditional 100 days time. To me, 100 days is enough for anybody who is desirous and who can do anything. Will know the roadmap, will know the route the person is taking within the next 100 days.
This will now lead us to the issue of the crisis in the APC.
Yes.
Now we've had the letter from Akonde that is now making uproar now. Akonde wrote a letter to the northern leaders that they are the one causing issues, rancor in the party. Now Akonde is saying, no, you misunderstood my statements.
Yes.
What's your take on all this?
First and foremost, we should note that APC is a meeting and a merger of strange bedfellows. Take it or leave it. People from various groups came together.
Just a moment, Wale. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos.
Your name again, please. Tunde from Lagos.
From Lagos, yes.
Can we have your comments?
Yes, my comment is, I want to ask your guest. Yes, your guest has been talking as if nobody should make comments on the president on social until after 4 years. Why? The Nigerians, you need to monitor the prevalence of the government. Talking as if the president will rank the government from America. Nigerians, we don't trust anybody in Nigeria because they have a good relationship, the president has a good relationship, but not single individual. I get to concern. So what are you talking about?
Thank you very much, Tunde. Now you're saying you are talking as if we shouldn't make comments for the next.
I just made, because he's angry with me because of what he had. That's all. I just said to me, 100 days is enough for the government.
Because the PDP made their own assessment 30 days, and they are saying the man has not been hitting the ground running.
As far as I'm concerned, what the man has done within 30 days is okay. He's been trying to study what he has met.
30 days of no ministers?
Yes. Is it not better to plan very well than to now do a hasty step, take a hasty step and fall? Be that as it may, the fundamental issue, the question you asked.
The Akonde letter, let's go on to that.
The APC thing. Don't forget that they are a conglomeration of groups who just came. The main purpose was to hijack power. They've gotten the power now. And there are several interests that are within this APC who want to now get their own share of the struggle. It's a natural thing among human beings. It's not only in Nigeria that people fight, political parties fight themselves. It happens all over the world. And it must be taken and understood that the whole essence of politics is power. Anything apart from power, what will they be in politics? So if Buhari begins to appoint technocrats, civil servants, and people who never fought for political, who never partook in the campaign, it will be wahala again for him. It is the politicians are in it because that's their business. And that's what the system is all about. And all of them have invested into this project, and they have now gotten the booty. You won't tell me Saraki is a pushover or Dogara, all of them. They all know what they went into. If anybody at all, Saraki left PDP when PDP was still in government. They could have messed him up, messed his political career up. It's a big gamble. Let's give it to the man. I'm not saying that they should not
support his emergence as a Senate president?
No, that's where I'm going now. I'm not supporting intransigency, neither do I support indiscipline. The mistake now is that the fundamental thing is that there is no room for independent candidacy in Nigeria so far. They came through a platform, and you can't go through a ladder and now pull the ladder down. It's not done anywhere. They must respect party supremacy. You knew that this is a platform that will take you to your promised land. It's just like taking a vehicle here now. As I'm sitting with you now, bringing my car, go out there. When I got here, I now set it ablaze. How will I get back to my house? So, the issue is that they must come together and agree to disagree. That's why I like the light Mbadiwe, Dr. Kingsley Mbadiwe, he called it Accord Concordial. They must have an accord. They must work together for the betterment of this country. And it's a natural thing for Akonde to feel bad that we are the people that helped you to get to power. Because without the contribution of the South-West, Buhari couldn't have made it as the president of this country. And I have no apology to that. If the South-West did not contribute its votes to the PDP, to Buhari's votes,
well, let's just suppose the votes for the South-West and the North. Now, they are claiming they have much more votes in the North. We saw the figures.
We are not contesting that. The Northern vote alone couldn't have brought Buhari.
Alhaji Kaubaraje describes the letter as unfortunate, and he is so much disappointed in that particular letter written by the APC stalwarts.
That's why I'm going now. That the man looked at it that they have been shortchanged. You see, politics is about consensus. Politics is about agreeing to disagree and agreeing. That's the whole essence of politics. So if politicians fail to agree, then definitely the polity will suffer, and that's what you are saying. And for your information, they have just refused to tell the truth. The whole essence why Buhari has not been able to mention and name his ministers is because of all this crisis. Because if people are, okay, look at it, common INEC chairman, one person, some people are making noise. If a list starts now and your name pops out, they will say, who is he?
Now,
did he contribute?
Some political pundits and some portals are saying, maybe because they want to add one or two names, that's why it's still being delayed. Are you supporting that?
That's what I'm saying. Names it is about names, not animals, not goats. They are people. So they will say, who? You? Did he contribute? He's not part of us. President will not agree, and so on and so forth. This morning I was reading in the paper, some groups in Akwa Ibom were saying that if a member of they say they are Buhari Friends Organization, if their name is a member of theirs is not part of the cabinet, they too will not agree. So you find out that it's about power. And let's just be realistic. Until we allow this man to now move with the political class, have a meeting with his political people, that's Buhari. So when he said that he's going to sit over, I just looked at it that no, this man thinks it's still a soldier thing. No, you have now left soldiering and you are now into the political field. You've thrown your heart into the ring. So you must behave like a politician. So I'm not surprised that I learned that he's having meetings with groups of members of the National Assembly. That's how it should be. Irrespective of what it is, he is, of course, by age, he is the father. At
first, he said he's not going to intervene in all the crises.
He can't, because there's no way he can't intervene, because it will affect his work. If he brings a list of ministers, if there is crisis, the ministers won't fly. It's not just about presenting the list, it's about appointing them and giving them work to do.
Just a minute. Good morning, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
We can't hear you clearly, please.
I said I'm Nelson.
Nelson from where?
From Port Harcourt.
You called earlier?
Yes. I actually want...
I will just give you 1 minute to make your call. To make your comments.
Hello?
You have 1 minute to make your comments.
Okay. In this of Buhari's appointed minister, I expect by now, from what they said, they are prepared to lead the country. So I expect by now they should have done order without more hesitation. That's my point. From what they said, they are prepared. So what I expect by now, all that must have been taken care of. So what is holding them?
Thank you very much, Nelson.
And I guess I'll use this opportunity to talk to all Nigerians. We have left politics a month ago, or even 3 months ago, by the elections. This is governance now. The way people talk, I just see that it is politics that it's in. There is that venom, there is that anger in them. And it's unfortunate that this is how it should be. In other climes, as soon as the elections are over, that's all. After the elections, we had the British people had their elections.
Just a minute. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, Wale from Lagos. I talked earlier.
Wale, just 1 minute. 1 minute for other callers. For we to have other callers, please. Just 1 minute.
Yeah, I want to quickly make mention of two things here. One, on the ministerial appointment. I think we're just rushing things here. We all know that all these ministries, they have staff. They work together. So, it's not about
I think we'll
time to give us who will lead us properly. We don't need to rush into this. That is on that. Then on the issue of the House of Assembly, I don't think what we are having here is a deed on our own. The Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, is to our own favor, because the harmony in the house will make them to work for each other and not to work for us. So let them keep making themselves, and that will work for us at long run.
Thank you very much.
So let's just have it that way.
Thank you very much, Nelson.
Work for us, yes.
Now, Wale, you want to make a comment on what you're saying before?
Yes. So to me, it is not about politics. It's about governance. Just as I was saying, Cameron, as soon as the elections were finished, concluded in England, all the parties came together to start working for the people, just as Wale was trying to say. It's about the people now. It's about how we can move this country forward. Not saying he has done this, he should do this, no. It is when government now you're giving the government opportunity. To me, I said 100 days. And as soon as 100 days is over, we'll say, okay, what are the benchmark? What have you been able to do? We need in that 100 days. And we'll now begin to move government in the direction that they should go if they fail. But again, we know that there is enormous tax. The man from the onset has said that, yes, the cost of governance is high, he's going to reduce the ministries and so on and so forth. It's just like he's doing a whole restructuring. What is happening is akin to you taking your vehicle and your accidented vehicle to the panel beater. You can't compare the work of a panel beater to the work of a mechanic. The mechanic, within 2-3 minutes or 1 hour, he has fixed your engine, if it's a simple thing, if it's not about changing the engine. But there's no way, if it's a mechanic, you have a bash, a serious bash. He will be there to strengthen it before he potties it or he paints it. So the panel beater's work is, the man is doing a whole lot of panel beating now.
Now he's still doing a lot of panel beating, and Nigerians are still saying, this man is wasting our time, okay. Let's have the ministers. Okay. But do you think, if A and B, you said earlier on that there's this association of Buhari's friend there, they're saying their names must be there, but if everyone is shouting my name must be there, my own party name, how are we going to get the true people to work for us?
Oh, so you see where he must be very careful in picking those that will work. Some people will just pretend, they are pretenders, and most of the people we'll see now are pretenders, people who have no pedigree, people who cannot deliver. The last election, the last government that we had what happened. Jonathan told us that the ministers that he had were imposed on him. So he didn't know who is who, except in their performance. And only maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them shown of the pack of close to 50 that they had. But now we say we need people who will be square holes in square pegs. And instead of the people to allow this man, you have given him your mandate. He wants to carry out and do the job very well. If he starts messing up, even if he prints out the list now, we say, no, Oga, who is this man? This you, your face, the way I'm seeing you. You can't do anything. Even your pedigree is there. We know you. So it is about doing a thorough job. And that's just the whole thing. We are talking about the Fani Kayode thing now. It's because some people did not do a thorough job. That's why we are here. It's because some people did not do a thorough job. That's why the excess crude account fund is depleted. Some people must do their job. People with strong character. We need people in government who have strong characters.
When are we going to get to that point?
That's what the man is doing. That's what the man is doing. I'm sure that by the time he start bringing down that, we'll say, yes, that man here, this one fit here. These are people that can do the job.
Wale, you come back on this show, and when we have the list of those ministerial appointments,
obviously,
we're able to criticize all those things constructively.
Obviously, that's what I do.
Now, this same government came up during their campaign promises that they would nip the problem of Boko Haram in bud immediately they get into office. And immediately they got into office, we start seeing Boko Haram coming out seriously. Yesterday, we had another suicide bomber in Borno State. What's your comment on this? The PDP are saying you promised few months into power, you will nip them in bud. But
maybe
we are seeing more spree of Boko Haram.
You are putting me on the city on the hot city. I'm not holding brief for APC, neither for government.
But you are a public affairs analyst.
Yes,
you are a lawyer. You are the
now.
President's Voters Awareness Initiative. You know all this. You travel around the country.
I just want to put that so that some people who are watching will not say, he's an APC man, now he's a Buhari man. No. The issue is that I'm looking at it factually. The man has just come in, and because between that, the first thing, maybe because that's his beat, a security man, he's gone around doing such an impact on shuttle diplomacy.
Well, just a minute. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Adesegun from Benue State.
Mr. What?
Adesegun from Benue State.
Adesegun from Benue State. Amicable.
Exactly.
From Benue.
Yes.
Let's have your comments.
Please, I have a question to ask. What is the procedure for naming and acting
INEC chairman
as the chairman of INEC? I want to know if there is any procedure or a particular criteria for naming an acting chairperson for INEC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amicable. Yep. The question is to you.
There's no big procedure. Generally, it is somebody who is within to act in the capacity of
who nominates?
No, it's the president that has the
He has the constitutional role.
He has the
nominate.
Just as I said earlier on, what Jega did was that, well, before government comes, let me just put somebody there. There can't be any vacuum. There can't be vacuum anywhere. So you be there till government appoints somebody. He did not say, I'm the one that has the power. He has no power to appoint a successor to himself anyway. So it is the government that has the power to appoint somebody in acting capacity within. If you want to bring out somebody, then it will be somebody who is the person that will occupy the office. Is no more substantive, and is no more acting capacity, but substantive capacity.
Back to the question of insecurity, nipping insecurity.
So nipping in the insecurity in the board, the man has done all he can do. He has embarked on shuttle diplomacy. He has taken the command center to Maiduguri, which to me I support.
But despite all this, we still have bombing spree.
Yes, don't forget that it is not a warfare. This is not a warfare. We are talking about terrorists who disguised around and move around amongst people, mingle among people. So it's not as definite as a war, where you know that you'll be in a war front, dealing with your enemy who are coming from outside. These are enemies within, and they are the same like us. If I go to Britain now, definitely, people will be looking at me that is he one of them. But we are all Nigerians. We are together. Nobody will know who. Even, unfortunately, the way they wear their big clothes there, the gowns and babariga.
Well, just a minute. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Tell us your name. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Umaru. I'm calling from Otupo, Benue State.
Umaru from Otupo, Benue State. Thank you for joining us on Code Digest this morning. Can you please reduce the volume of your TV set, please?
Yeah. I just want to contribute about that. My volume is reduced already.
Go on with your comment, please.
My contribution is about that Boko Haram issue of the team.
Go on and make your comments.
My contribution is about that Boko Haram of the team.
We can hear you loud and clear. Go on.
All right. Okay. Now, Buhari just came in. It's not quite long. We just seen some months, and this is just a month. He just spent a month in office. So the expectation of people will not just come up like that, and he's working towards the arena of that Boko Haram of the team.
Are you still there?
So you people should just at least give him the courage of the movement. Some of the ones when they come up and sir.
Yeah, he's talking about giving him the courage, the support to fight.
He's putting flesh to my argument that this is not a conventional war, right? It has blossomed to a level where it now needs serious tactical engagement, and that's what I know the man is doing. He is a war general as far as I'm concerned, and that's his own beat. And The other people too that are throwing bombs all around, is a natural thing that they will throw bombs around to now make his effort fail. But my own joy is that yes, before long, this issue will be history. That I know very well. Because obviously, he can't sit down as a war commander, as a war general, and as a commander-in-chief. It's different from somebody who is not in that trade. It's just like this business now. This is your own line. I can't come here now and bamboozle you because it's your business, you know. If one of the cameras is not working very well, you know. So in your area of professionalism, where you are very vast, definitely you know how to tackle such situation. And so to me, it's just like the last caller said, a matter of time. This one will be history. Finally, for me, security is key, and he's facing security seriously.
Finally, Wale, before I let you go, the issue of empty treasury is another issue, is another claim by the president. The PDP are saying, no, what he's saying is a lie. They know what they left in the treasury. Now the president is saying, I met an empty treasury.
That's my problem again now, and I hope some people will not misunderstand me. The issue is, again, facts and figures. Why will Buhari say he met an empty treasury? This is the amount we left. They didn't say that. And it is about, it is a natural thing. If you are taking over an office, you must have a full account and a full detail of what you are taking over. Not for you to go there and you see that there is nothing for you, and you now tell the world that there is nothing, and the man says, no, I left the place. Okay. It's quite obvious that there are challenges and issues on ground.
Let's have your final take on what we've been looking at. What's your advice to the government, to everyone out there?
And my own is that everyone should do their job very well. Government should do its job. They have been elected to do a job, and they should do their job. The people too are the watchdog. Thank God that we have opened the space now. When voters awareness started, it was, who are these people? But we thank God today. We thank God for the cooperation of the media. You have been playing your role very well. And we know that, obviously, Nigeria is not going to be the same again. The era of people in government just taking the Nigerian people for a ride is over, and it's over forever. I appreciate the way people are going about their criticism, but I want it to be more constructive. I want it to be devoid of politics and hatred. Let us look at it. Look, we want Buhari. I mean, people demand from Port Harcourt should tell us the needs of their area. We'll begin to draw. We'll begin to expand it. Not that no. Let us talk and bring out constructive criticism. No, you have told us that you are going to fix our road. We need cottage hospitals here. We need industries here. Our young men are not employed. We need employment for them. Those are issues that we should start looking, pulling Buhari's hair. That, Oga, you promised us this, you promised us that. Not all this mundane thing. We have not appointed minister. We've not seen the money. These are mundane things. Call them to core issues that have brought them to governance and let them fix it. And
looking at the core issues and core digest this morning, I was speaking with the President Voters Awareness Initiative, Wale Ogunade. He's also a legal practitioner. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this morning. The next time you are called, you oblige us.
God help you.
And this is how we wrap up the show this morning. I started with this thought that one of the beauties of having a vision for your life is that you're able to say no to good things that are not God things. Be the best and all the rest is success and not a failure. And this is how we call it wrap on the show this morning. And so we're coming again with another inspiring episode of the program called I Just. Keep it locked on Core TV News. I remain Emmanuel Ajayi. Bye for now.
As news breaks, people don't let events pass without giving their comment or reactions.
When the problem arises in society, these are the people that you'll be consulting.
To cleanse the corruption in society, we are not to provide information for good life and also security of life and property in this country.
The academic society have the loudest voice on this platform.
Whether you call it a sovereign national conference or a national conference, it's just about the people of Nigeria.
There should be a change in power.
In any way they can do it.
I think there's a script already.
Every Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. on this station. From the Ivory Tower, a must-watch for the learning minds.